Okay, so we're going to begin this morning in constructive rest. So you can come onto your back, please, and bend your knees. Separate your feet so they come wide toward the edges of your mat. And allow your knees to hang toward each other, toward the center. They don't have to touch each other. They can if they do that, but don't worry, don't force them together if they don't naturally come together. And once you find a comfortable place to rest, you can allow your arms perhaps to rest on top of your body, or perhaps just nearby. Maybe open them up slightly as if your upper body is doing Shavasana. And you have your arms out, sort of at an angle away from your body. And as you rest here like this, allow your body to become soft and to become heavy. And begin to notice the sounds around you. Begin to notice the rhythm of your breath. Notice the chest as it rises and falls. Notice your rib cage as it expands and contracts with breath. Notice the belly as it rises and falls with your breath. Notice the connection of the soles of your feet to the ground. Notice the connection of the back of your pelvis and your hips to the ground. Notice the connection of your upper back and shoulder blades and arms to the ground. Notice the connection of the back of your head to the ground. And now take a fuller, deeper breath in. Open your mouth and sigh. One more of those. Take a full and deep breath in. And again, sigh your breath away. And now, next, we're going to come onto your back with your knees. Separate your knees apart from each other while you're on your back. And drop your knees toward the right side. And you can expand your arms away from your body so that your knees don't land on your arms. Rotate your face to the opposite direction. And try to allow your knees to extra holding in your hips. And switching over to the other side, bring your knees and chin to neutral. Drop your knees toward the opposite side and rotate your head again away from your knees. Coming back through the center, one more time each direction. Drop your knees to the right and rotate your head away. Coming through the center, try the other side. Drop your knees, rotate your head away. Back to the center. And this time, parallel your feet to each other so that they are on the same lines as your sitting bones, as if you were going to do bridge pose. Then from here, lift up both knees so that your shins become parallel with the ground, and pull your lower back down into the floor. Next, we'll kick your right leg straight so it's pointed up toward the ceiling, and strongly flex your ankle and pull your toes toward your face. Then your other leg, bend the knee even more, point the ankle and pull your foot towards your bum. The thighs will stay side by side. Come back to neutral. Try the other side. Kick your left leg up, strongly flex in the ankle. Bend your other knee and pull your foot down by your bottom with a pointed toe. Inhale, come through the middle so both shins pass each other, and then trade legs. One goes up, one bends down. So we're not using the upper body, just the lower body. Keep the abdominals pulled toward the spine and the floor. And trade places. One foot pushes up, one foot pulls down. Now we'll come back to that starting position where we had our legs in 90 degrees. The shins are parallel with the floor. Next, pull the lower belly down to the spine to the floor. Point your toes softly and lower your left toes to tap the floor. Then bring them back up where they started. Lower your right leg down so the foot taps the floor and bring it back up where it started. So we're going to try to keep the shape of 90 degrees in the leg, and we'll lower the leg down and pick it up, and lower the leg down and pick it up. One more on each side. Lower down, pick it up, lower down, pick it up. I'm sorry, I think we need to do the right leg again. That way we'll be even, and back where we started. Okay, flex and point your ankles. And now pull your knees to your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And gently rock side to side. Now as we do this next shape, be sure you pull your navel strongly to the spine. Lower belly really engages. Pull down. Then begin to slowly draw a circle with your knees, going around together, around in a circle. And you'll feel that circle drawing on the back of your hips, the back of your pelvis. Reverse direction, go the other way. And release, holding on to the knees. Open your knees wide apart, big groin stretch here. And if you would like, flex your ankles and straighten your legs out. Bend your knees, point your toes. Bring your knees back together. And exhale, squeeze your knees into your body. Tuck your chin and your shoulders, lift up as if you could poke your eyeballs with your kneecaps. Release, lower your head and shoulders, straighten your arms, and let your knees move away. Then pull your knees in again, tuck your chin and shoulders round your body. Inhale, release, neutral. Exhale, continue, tuck and round, pull your knees in. Inhale, release. Last one, tuck and round, squeeze. Inhale, release. This time, open your arms wide apart. Make a perpendicular shape to your body. Then plant your palms down on the floor. If that's too much for your shoulders, lower them a little bit downward at an angle. Then from here, lift your shins so that your shins are parallel with the floor again, and squeeze your low belly down into the floor. Move your knees to the left a little bit and allow your right hip to leave the ground. Come back to the center. Other side, drop your knees over toward the right. Inhale back to center. Back and forth again, over to the left. Inhale, center. Over to the right. Inhale, center. One more, over to the left. Inhale, center. Over to the right. Inhale, center. This time, drop your feet down, touching the floor with both feet. Lift and move your hips right. Drop both knees over to the left, and feel free to take your whole leg over to the left, feet and shins also. Release your arms to somewhere comfortable, and rotate your head in the opposite direction, looking away from your knees. Let this twist soothe your lower back and your hips. Some of you who asked for a little bit of hip work today, you might find that the hip that's on top, in order to get a bigger stretch, you might like to take a hold of that knee and bring it up towards your head. Or you could straighten the leg a little bit and drop the hip down and away from you. Gives you a deeper stretch through the buttocks and the IT band of that top leg. Let's come back through the center. Lift up your knees, place your feet on the ground. Lift your hips and move them over to the opposite side of your mat. Pick up your legs, drop them to the right, land your legs on the floor. Let your arms be comfortable and soft. Let your shoulders be comfortable and soft. Feel this opening in your lower back. If you would like more of a stretch through this left buttock area, you might want to bring your knee closer to your head or straighten your leg a little bit And let it drop onto your hand or some blocks or a tall bolster or pillow. And feel as you soften and drop into the floor, feel this stretch coming down here through the buttocks, the outer hip, and the side of the thigh. And release, coming back to the center one more time, feet to the floor. This time, roll onto your left side, all the way over. Support your head for a moment with your hands. Press the ground, bring yourself upright, coming into a seated position. I like to sit on a blanket, so I'm going to get that ready for myself here. And if it's okay with you, cross your shins. Otherwise, find a different place to sit, maybe in hero's pose with a block underneath you or a big bolster. And let's begin placing the palms together in front of your heart. Press the hands together, the palms, the length of each finger. Bring the thumbs against your sternum. Lift your shoulders and pull them behind you as you expand across your chest. Take a deep, full breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh. Allow the eyelids to close. Deep breath in, big sigh out. This time, find the Ujjayi sound and sensation in the back of your neck. Deep breath in. And begin to fog up the mirror. If you're ready, close your lips for that sensation going forward. Deep breath in. Ujjayi. Again, deep breath in. Ujjayi out. Continue your breath in this manner. Allow the forehead to relax. Release between your eyebrows. Let go any clenching in the jaw and tension in the tongue. On your next inhalation, lift your hands and face toward the sky. Big exhale, open wide your arms all the way around and back palms together again in front of your heart. Let's do one more of those. Inhale, big breath. Shine, open wide. Hands together again in front of your heart. Release your fingertips down beside your hips on the ground. Drop your chin down to your chest. Inhale, roll your right ear over toward your right shoulder. And now take the opposite arm and rotate the palm so it faces the back. Bend your elbow, place the back of your hand to your lower back or your pelvis. Use the muscles in your shoulders to pull your shoulder behind you on that left side so that you level off the shoulders, nice and broad. If it's okay with your neck, you'll take your opposite arm up and over and place your hand on the left side of your head and maybe extend, lengthen the neck, bringing your head away from your shoulder, only if that's going to be all right with your cervical spine. And releasing, open your hand, drop it to the floor again. Release your left hand coming back to your knees, chin rolls to the chest, hands are neutral. Inhale, lift your gaze straight up toward the sky, face toward the ceiling. While you're here, open your mouth really wide. And then do the opposite. Bring your bottom lip up and over the top lip. Try that again, open wide. And then bottom lip up and over the top. And release, chin comes down again. This time roll the ear, opposite ear, left ear to the left. Release opposite fingertips, right fingertips to the floor. Rotate the right palm to face the back. Bend the elbow, place the back of the hand to the low waist or the back of the pelvis. Use the shoulder muscles to pull your shoulder back so you keep your shoulders broad and open. Maybe you'd like to add your left arm. Lift it up. Place the hand on the side of the head and extend. Add length to the spine. Please be careful, those of you with cervical spine issues. Maybe this hand is too much. Release your left hand. Let it drop down to your knee. Release your opposite hand out to your knee. Roll your chin down to your chest. Inhale, lift your gaze upward toward the sky. Exhale, chin comes down. This time with your gaze down, extend your jaw forward toward the floor and move your jaw side to side. One more time, lift your gaze up toward the sky. Arch your back here. Pull your elbows, tailbone, head backward. And cow shape, hands to the knees, round your back. Rolling back toward your tailbone, chin to chest. Inhale, arch your back again. And forward fold this time. Tip forward, hands come out in front of your shins. Drop down as much as is comfortable in your body. Inhale, lift up your head, your heart. Walk your hands back in. Lean back onto both hands. Sit onto the floor. Remove your cushion that you're sitting on. Extend both legs straight out the front. As you lean back onto your hands, rotate your fingers to the side. Separate your feet wide apart so you're sitting in a V shape with your legs. Then rotate at the hips and pull the outsides of your feet out and down toward the floor. Reverse, lift your toes and rotate toward the middle. Again, open and in toward each other. Rotate, open away from each other and rotate in toward each other. One more time, big rotation out and rotation in. Excellent. Let's parallel the legs. And this time, curl the toes on themselves, curl the toes forward, and point your ankles to the front. Then flex your toes and flex your ankles. Curl your toes, point your ankles, flex your toes, flex your ankles. Curl, point, flex, flex. Last one, curl, point, flex, flex. Shake your legs side to side. Loosen up, hips, knees, ankles, feet. Parallel your feet, flex ankles. Sit up tall for Dandasana. Perhaps remove some cushioning underneath you. Sitting toward the front of your sitting bones so that you're tipping your pelvis a little forward. Zipper up tall. Inhale, arms out and up overhead, grabbing a beach ball here. Reach out beyond your feet as you lean forward. When you can't lean anymore, let your arms flop down, and we're gonna place the fingertips like tents onto the mat beside your legs. Press down and drag your fingers back as you pull your heart forward. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, lift your head and heart, coming back to Dandasana. Next, bend your left knee and either place your left foot directly in front of your left sitting bone in same line, or cross your foot over to the outside of your straight leg. Now before we twist, we want to get strong in the middle, so pull in and lift up. Take the opposite hand to the knee, or maybe the forearm or the crook of your elbow, and rotate to the left. And place the left fingertips behind you in a little tent. Press down so you can lift up through your spine. Press into both feet. And for those of you looking for hips today, I want you to look for this deep stretch in the glutes. So the knee and the shoulder are going to work toward each other, but also the knee is going to resist the arm. So put some action. The arm is going to pull the knee in, but the knee is going to try to escape. So find that action there. Maybe the shoulders rotate very much to the left, and maybe your gaze looks out the back. Release, coming back to the front. And now we'll take the hand to the knee and the opposite hand to the heel. Pick up your leg, and we're going to draw a circle with that left leg. Reverse direction. Make the arms do the work. Let the leg follow. Back to center. Hold the knee in front of your shoulder. Both hands can go underneath. We're going to keep both feet flexed to start. Push your lifted leg straight. Then bend your knee and point your ankle. So as we do this, I want you to try to relax your shoulders. Let the leg do the work, and the arms will help a little bit. Push straight, bend, pull. All right. Then release. We'll place both feet next to each other. Strong Dandasana once again. Inhale, arms lift out and up. Exhale, lean forward, and notice if maybe you've gotten a little further in your fold than you did the first time. Pull your elbows and shoulders back as you drag your fingertips on the ground. While you're here, neutral spine, and turn your head no very slowly. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders. Back to Dandasana. Second side, bend your other knee and either place your foot on the ground adjacent your knee or cross the knee and place your foot flat on the opposite side. It's up to you and your body, not me. From here, we're going to rotate to the right, and your opposite arm will hold the knee. Lift in and up before you rotate. And remember, the knee and the arm are having a little discussion. Okay, so the arm is pulling, but the knee is trying to escape. So make sure you really make that active. And that's going to be what happens down here in our hip. That's where we get the action in this active stretch. So those of you who ask for hips today, that's what we're getting in this particular stretch. Press both feet, lift up, rotate shoulders. Maybe right fingertips tent behind you. Rotate your neck. Back to center. Coming back around, pick up your front leg. We've got one hand to the ankle, a heel, one hand to the knee. and draw a big circle with your arms. This time, let the leg follow, let the arms do the work. Big circle. Reverse. Big circle. All right, coming into the center, we're going to pull the knee toward the shoulder with both hands, flexed ankle. Let's activate the left leg here. Make sure you turn on the thigh, the calf, the foot. Then we'll push with a flexed ankle and pull with a bent knee and pointed ankle. So push and straighten, pull and bend. Push and pull. So this one we're going to do mostly with the leg and let the arms and the core help. And release. We're going to lower both legs to the floor. Once more, strong Dandasana. Inhale, arms lift to the beach ball. Exhale, reach forward beyond your toes and drop. Inhale, lift your head, lift your heart, walk your hands back close to your body. Feet come together this time for butterfly or cobbler's pose. If you want to get your lift to sit on, now's a good chance. Again, we're going to try to remove some of the seat cushioning so we come toward the front of the sitting bones. And I would like you to bring your hands onto the insteps of your feet. And we'll pull the knees all the way up near the arms. And exhale, release, press the knees all the way down toward the floor. Reverse, pull up and squeeze. Open up and press down. Pull up and squeeze. Open and press down. Again, up and squeeze. Open and press down. Deep breath in, rise. Breathing out, tip forward. Let your shoulders relax, please. No pulling with your hands. Instead, try leaning with your body. And once you've started to lean just a little bit, you might see if you can rearrange more of your flesh underneath your hips and the sides of your thighs. See if that helps you to lean even further. Then use the side edges of your feet and press down into the ground. And push the soles of your feet into each other. And see if you can activate the rotation in the hip joint, rolling them out and away from midline. Inhale, rise. Hands under the knees, pull them up together. Place your feet on the ground. Round your back, chin comes to your chest. And inhale, release. Widen your feet, lean back onto your hands, and windshield wiper, drop your knees each side. Feel this massage across the glutes. Now we're going to add on here. So this time when your knees drop to the left, allow yourself to get comfortable here. You're going to place the sole of your left foot right against the thigh of your right leg. And then come to sit up as best you can. So I know some of you might like a little lift to feel more comfortable. So you could place something underneath this left knee, and that might allow you to sit a little taller. But we're going to lean forward from here. So let's start with the shoulders over top of your shin, and you're leaning forward over that left shin. Bring your hands to the floor for support, or some blocks for support. And let yourself crawl out as much as is comfortable. Breathe into the stretch in the hip, on the left side. Inhale, lift your head and heart, walk back together. We're going to go a little further. This time, turn your shoulders so they point over the knee. And in this case, your other hip comes off the floor. Place the hands on either side of your knee. Lift up tall and crawl forward so that you're folding this time right over the center of your knee. Maybe your hands come to blocks or your forearms come to blocks. Or maybe, like me, you drop all the way toward the floor. Feel the stretch in the left hip and the IT band down the outside of the left leg. Then we'll inhale and lift the head and heart. Walk your hands in. Last one. This time we'll twist but not fold. So keep turning to the left. Your right hand crosses the knee. The left fingers come behind you on the ground. Lift very tall. Pull in with your belly. Get really long. And rotate to the left. Come back to the center. Your right arm is going to reach around behind you and you'll land as we started. Hands behind you on the floor, feet in front of you, windshield wiper, drop the knees side to side. All right, let's try the other side. When your knees drop to the right, line up again so that the sole of your right foot comes against the top of the left thigh, and your shoulders are directly over your front shin. Then we'll bring the fingertips out in front of you and begin to tip forward, walking forward into a forward fold over your shin. Think about how this leg would behave if you were in pigeon pose. This is sort of the front leg of pigeon. Drop your head here, let it hang down. And rotate your head around side to side. And let's lift your head up, lift your heart, and walk back together. Center. Keep rotating to the right. This time shoulders frame your knee and your sternum is coming in the direction of your right knee. Fingers frame your knee, walk forward, fold over your knee. Think about pulling your belly up and forward and your sternum up and forward. Lengthen your spine. Look for the stretch in the glutes and the outside of your right thigh. Inhale, lift your head, heart, walk your hands back together. Continuing on, one more twist. Turn a little more to the right. Your left hand crosses to the knee. Lift up, rotate your shoulders right, and your gaze as well over your other shoulder. You might be finding length on the hip flexor on the left side, and you might be getting a little pinch back here on the left side. So if you're getting too much of a pinch, just come out for a moment and go back in. And release, Come back to the center, all the way around. Your left hand is going to bring you back where you started, and you'll land with your hands to the ground behind you, feet to the ground in front of you, windshield wiper, knees side to side. All right, before we transition to hands and knees, have a drink of water and come around onto your hands and knees where you are comfortable. Maybe you wanted to add a little extra cushioning under your hands or your knees, or maybe you would like to bring blocks for your forearms. Okay, my friends, here we go on tabletop. We'll start by extending the left leg to the back, foot on the ground, press into your toes, stretch your calf muscles. Release, second side, change legs, press your other foot to the ground, push your heel back, really stretch your calf muscle. And release, tabletop again. Now we're going to take the right arm and extend it forward, thumb toward the sky, bicep by your ear. Lift your belly away from the ground so that you get long and strong. Take your opposite leg to the back and lift. Release down. Second to side. Switch arms. Left arm is going to reach forward, thumb to the sky, bicep by your ear. Pull your belly and ribs away from the floor so you're long in your spine. Opposite leg reaches back and up. Lengthen. And release down. So this time we'll take the left leg and you'll lift it straight out to the left side. So it's bent and you're going to lift it out to the left side and go down again. So lift it out and lower it down. Keep the knee bent, lift and lower. It's okay if your hip lifts up above the other one. And now we'll change to the opposite leg. So go over to your second side. Your bent knee comes straight out to the side. This is sort of fire hydrant, right? Dog meets fire hydrant. Again, it's okay if your hip raises up higher than the other one for today. And try to keep your arms straight though. All right, back to hands and knees. One more in this shape. We're going to take the left leg again and we'll lift it bent out to the side. But this time, draw a circle. Draw a circle with your knee. Big circle. Reverse direction. And release. Before we do the second side, send your hips to the left and stretch into that hip. I like to drop down onto my right elbow and pull my hips back and forth just to stretch out that area in the glutes, in the side of the hip, in the side of my thigh. Okay, second side, hands and knees. Lift your left knee out to the side, fire hydrant, then draw a big circle. Reverse your big circle. And release. Send your hips to the right. Maybe drop onto your left forearm and stretch into the side of your hip. Perhaps pulling your hips a little forward, a little backward. hands forward. Inhale, slide forward, shoulders over wrists. Straighten your legs for plank. Lift your hips up, downward dog, pull back. And once you get into downward dog, you can begin to pedal your feet or you can settle and have a nice square downward dog. You decide what your body needs today. And remember, we're pulling the hips up and back, lengthening out through the arms. Push the ground away, pull the hips up. Maybe you're pedaling if you're looking for help in your hips today. Maybe you're dropping one shoulder to give you a little twist and come into the low back. All right, we're going to bring the right foot forward for a low lunge. Use your blocks if you need. Right foot forward, left knee on the ground. Coming up to a low lunge. So I'm going to invite today, if you're able in your hips, to send them forward of your back knee. Get a stretch through the hip flexor on this left side. If you need blocks, they're right under your shoulders. Come up tall in your torso. If you can, come up with me with your arms both to the sky. If that's too much on your shoulders, go wider in a soft half circle or maybe cactus. Okay? As you exhale, lean forward and sweep your arms down the back. Inhale, reach your arms up toward the sky. Again, exhale, lean forward, sweep your arms around the back. Inhale, up toward the sky. Again, exhale, lean and reach. Inhale, lift. Last one, lean and reach back. Inhale, lift. This time, bring your hands to the ground. We'll take the right hand to your knee, actually, and your left hand to the floor or even a block. We're going to twist. Turn your heart towards your knee. Drop your shoulders. Rotate right. Option to lift your right arm. Option to tuck your back toes and straighten that other leg. And release. Untwist. Drop to both knees. Your choice of child's pose, downward dog, puppy, whichever your body would like right now. If you are looking for some shoulder release, instead of having your arms extended in child's pose or downward dog, come down into child's pose, let your forehead rest on the ground or a blanket, and bring your arms beside your body with the backs of your hands resting on the ground. All right, second side, bring your left foot forward for lunge. If you need blocks, bring them under your shoulders. If you know you're going to use one for the twist, get it ready, get it nearby your right hand so you can use it for the twist. Anchor your legs. Inhale your arms. Reach them up toward the sky if that's comfortable. Otherwise, make them a little wider and softer in your shoulders. My friends who have tight shoulders today, you can take this time to leave your arms down and maybe give your shoulders a little massage. One more breath like that. All right, let's get moving. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, lean and sweep your hands back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lean and sweep your hands back. Again, lift. And lean. One more, lift. And lean. block. Twist your shoulders left. Feel the hip flexor extend on your right side. Option to release your left arm toward the sky. Option to tuck your back toes and straighten that leg. And release, untwist, drop both knees. Everyone into child's pose this time. Your favorite version. Knees can be wide or nearby. Arms can be in front or beside your body or under your forehead for a lift. Extend your arms out the front, adding one more side stretch. Walk your hands to the right, slide your hips to the left, and stretch your low back, the side waist, the side of your hip, the side of your thigh. Walking through the center with your arms and hips. Walk your hands to the left, pull your hips right, and stretch through your low back, side of your hip, side of your thigh, the ribs, the waist. Walk your hands back to the center. Bring your hands into your body as you sit up and swing your legs out the front. Uncurl your legs straight for a moment and shake them out. And we're going to cross the shins the other way so that the opposite shin is in front than where you started. Feel free to sit on a cushion if you'd like. Hands come to the knees and we'll circle around the torso. While you do this, I invite you to drop the head and let the head do cat and cow with you as you circle around. Reverse direction. And we'll come to the front. Inhale, tall in your spine. Exhale, lean forward over your shins. One more time. Begin to rise, head, shoulders, hands come back to your body. Release your feet out the front. We're going to bring the heels to the floor with bent knees and your hands to your knees. Lift really tall as you breathe in. Exhale, tuck the chin, round your back, curve your spine very much. Begin to lengthen your arms and drop down, dropping one vertebra at a time, until you land on your back. And once you land, arms will extend overhead. Lengthen your legs, lengthen your fingers, stretch long and exhale, release. Take any final stretches or movements that your body needs before finding your Shavasana pose to complete your practice this morning. Maybe you would like an inversion, bringing your legs up in the air. Maybe you would like another twist. Maybe you would like figure 4 to keep stretching those hips. If you'd like more release in your neck, you can take your arm across your body for a shoulder stretch. When you're ready, find yourself in Shavasana. As you settle into softness for Shavasana, notice the sounds around you today. Notice the sensations of your skin. Notice the weight of your feet on the ground. Notice the weight of your hips on the ground. Notice the weight of the backs of your arms and your hands on the ground. Notice the weight of your ribs and shoulders on the ground. Notice the weight in the back of your head on the ground. Release across your forehead, between your eyebrows, at the hinge of your jaw and your tongue. Begin to bring some gentle movement into your body as you deepen your breath. Bringing your knees closer into your chest, perhaps rocking or rotating in the hips and knees. Rolling over onto your side for a full deep breath. Press the ground as you rise to sit tall. can, bring your hands together, palms to press, lengths of each finger to press into the other. Thumbs against your sternum, lift your heart, drop your chin. Take a moment for gratitude for this time with yourself, for this time together with all of us in this supportive community, and for all of the teachers and guides who have come before us to lead us through this practice to this place. As you inhale, raise your hands and face toward the sky. Exhale, open wide and shine your heart out into the world. Bring your palms back together in front of your heart. And we'll close our practice this morning sharing one Om. If you don't want to make any sound, that is fine. Just enjoy the sound around you. Take a deep breath in. May all beings know peace. May all beings know light. May all beings know love. Namaste. Thank you everyone for being here once again today. Be well.
Thank you,